Hey, we're checking y'all. This is Noel Gourdin, and you're checking out VixenVarsity.com, not your average blog site. Here you can learn about life, love, entertainment, sports, health. So just stick around, you might learn something.
So, just dropped, only a week, fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You got a baby. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. I mean, it's great because not a lot of artists, a lot of artists do get their projects released, but it's tough when you're dealing with, a lot of people are dealing with majors nowadays, but a lot of people are dealing with independents. And the people that are going into these majors, because that's where I started off. I started off with Sony. A lot of people that's going in through majors, and there's such a conveyor belt type of thing happening right now. It seems like a lot of those major artists sound the same. They almost look the same, but a lot of them, they make a lot of music, a lot of money is spent, but it seems like it ends up as a write-off, and a lot of them don't get to have their music put out on the shelves, and a lot of people don't actually hear it. So it's a blessing to have all of my projects actually come out, and it seems like there's a lot of things that's pushing R&B out, that's trying to push R&B out, and and get us out of the way. But there's some things like an artist like me being able to come out with my third album and have people actually hear it all over the world. It's a blessing, and it seems like it might be trying to fight its way and go in the right direction. So it feels good, to actually have my junior album come out. And today we actually was able to release the album over in the UK and Japan. So
Get out.
It's taken strides. It's been baby steps, but steps nonetheless.
Every step will eventually lead to something bigger. That's dope. That's good. Okay, so who are your influences? Who influenced you to come up with this style of music? Because R&B is now all, I'm gonna sex you here and sex you there, and like where's the soul? Where's the stuff that moms and dads that we would listen to while they're cooking breakfast in the morning? Exactly. Where's that at?
That's where I got my foundation, was hanging with my pops. And my pops was always playing the soul. He wasn't gonna be playing the hip hop and whatever it was, and the pop and all of that kind of stuff, and the New Jack Swing. I got all of my foundation and the love of soul music from my pops. I was inseparable from him. So whenever I was hanging out and sitting in the back of his old Pontiac Granville, we was listening to Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye and Tyrone Davis and Johnny Taylor and Otis Redding, Al Green, Solomon Burke, Brooke Benton, Jerry Butler. I was listening to all of that music, and I fell in love with it at a young age. And, there was times when, I closed my eyes because I heard some strings and some horns come in, and I closed my eyes and start smiling. I remember that. I was about 5 years old, and he used to look at my mom like, saying, right, like, that boy shouldn't be feeling this music like this. He's too young. But, like, it just felt so good. It hit me in my soul. So, that's what I really got my foundation from, and I'm trying to carry on that legacy of the golden greats of the past. And I approach my music and every record that I make with respect. First and foremost, where it came from, and those artists that laid the path, but integrity as well. Like I take a great deal of integrity with me into the record making process, and like that's what I want to do. In every record, every line I write, every note I hit, I want to be able to relate. I want people to relate to my music. I want everybody from 2 to 92 to be able to listen to it. I want you to be able to be at a function, a family function, or a reunion, and be able to play it. You know what I mean? Not sitting there next to the volume nozzle and have to turn it down, because there's other folks around it. Right. I want that to happen. I want people to be able to just play it and enjoy it, and make timeless music, timeless emotional music that people can use and hold on to and relate to.
Wow. I can dig that. I like that, which is why I can't get past a couple songs on here because I'm like, where is this at? This is not like the whole Dave Hollister and Tony Braxton, Babyface, like all those, like, it's gone. This music is just not. I don't feel comfortable with my nieces listening to some of these songs. I'm like, okay, and they know it verbatim, and that's not cool.
Right.
That's not cool. So I ripped it from Amazon, and I've got one coming in the mail, so they're gonna have to learn those songs verbatim. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So now when I bring up Dave Hollister, one of your songs reminded me of him.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. I don't remember the name of it. I have to bring up my rip, but it was one of those songs that you did, and I was like, oh my God, if he does not remind me, like, your soul, like, everything was just, and I'm like, this is what we've been missing, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for the music that you're bringing.
Well, I appreciate that. Like, people like Dave Hollister and all of those singers from the 80s and the 90s.
Yes.
Joe Thomas is one of my favorites. Joe has been doing this thing forever, and he's got one of the greatest voices in this generation. R. Kelly, Anthony Hamilton, Eric Roberson, all of these people, Dwele, Raheem DeVaughn, the Eric Benet, like they're just fabulous artists, and they're not getting the light of day like they should be, and it's disheartening. There's a lot of people that's getting the light. I'm sure a lot of people know.
Yes.
And, when they're put on these two individuals,
no
hate, but when they're put on magazine covers called The New Soul's #1 Brother and all of that kind of like that hits me like in a place where I'm not happy. So, there's so many people that's been doing this soul music for numerous amounts of years and have been doing it strong. And it kills me when people say, where has the soul gone? But those are people that's not really, you got to keep your eye out because the soul hasn't left. It's not gone nowhere. It's just, it's not getting the attention and the support that it needs to have, Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy when it seems like people have to go overseas to get that respect, because that's the way it seems now. There's a lot of people overseas or in the UK that's really, a lot of artists are going through there and they're not coming back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't blame them because over there is...
And a lot of people say, it's how it was in the U.S. in the 70s and 80s. Like, people was coming out, they were coming out and really supporting this music and the artists that they really love to listen to. And I went over there last year with Tidra Moses, and we had a string of sold-out shows. Like, it was sold out, like, to the gills, like, packed. And it was incredible. And, I'm loving that a lot of people say I'm doing pretty good over there as far as on the charts. People hit me and say I'm on the charts over there and doing pretty good. And that's a wonderful thing.
Okay, so where are you on the charts over there?
I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that they say that I'm riding up. I'm pretty good. Like I'm getting up there.
You're getting up there.
As is my first single over here, Heaven Knows. It debuted on Billboard at 27. So now, I know last week it was at 22, so I'm interested to hear where it is now. Because I always say, if it breaks the top 20, then...
You're good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
Okay, so who wrote on your album? Did you write all your material?
I had a pen or a pencil in just about every record. I did the majority of the album with Marcellus Hands Down Dawson out of Atlanta. We did a majority of it. We started about 2 years ago. I got my man Tremaine Williams on the record. He did Spotlight Lovin', which is the first record on there. And I co-wrote that. It was kind of crazy because I had that idea probably 3 months before we even got together, and he sent me a track, that you hear, and I was like, that fits it perfectly because I had the Spotlight Lovin' idea. And I ended up finishing the record with a couple of his writers, Ephraim Bryant and Brittany Wallace, who came in, and we finished it up on Spotlight Lovin'. I worked with my man Ty Macklin and my man Taylor Pace out of Fort Worth, Texas. He did a couple of records on there, and then I put out an APB on my social media pages for producers. And it was kind of crazy because, I wasn't expecting a lot. because sometimes, you get the eager producers that just, they hit me, and I love that. So I listen to them all. I listen to everything that everybody sent me.
Are you serious?
And I came up with this guy, Reginald Myricks, and he's the one that did No Worries on the album. And he's just incredible. Oh. He's out there in Jersey as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
he's virtually unknown. Nobody knows about him, undiscovered. And now he's on the team, and I'm so happy that he is. We also got my man Tommy Oliveira on the album, Track Addicts, out of Rhode Island. And that's pretty much it. I co-wrote with A.J. Sunshine on the record Can't Wait, and Courtney Harrell. That's pretty much it. The Heavyweights also was on the album. That's it. It was a short list of producers and writers that I wanted to work with. We all talked about it, and I told them about the direction that I'm trying to go in with this album. And, we was able to connect and always stay in contact. And that's why the whole album has, an ebb and flow. It's different type of records. I didn't want them all to sound the same and sound like one long song. But it's all on that same, same subject matter and feel, of music. So it was pretty much a homage to all my influences coming up through the years,
That's good. So what made you put this on Twitter? Like, hey, I'm looking for a producer. Because I get spammed, I can't even say how many times. I'm like, dude, I have nothing to do with music. Right. Why are you sending me this?
Right, and I would even, I would say I want that funk, I want gospel-delic, I want soul, and all of that kind of stuff. And I would get some that was like, that skip-hop stuff that you hear today. And I'm like, it's cool, you sound good, but it's like, it's not what I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. I just thought I would do that because it's sort of like what I've gone through, like, and coming up and sleeping in cars and taking trips to New York to try to get on, and sleeping in a cold one-room apartment studio, trying to get all of this music ready, all of my catalog before I was signed, and like coming up from the bottom, and striving, and really, I like the underdogs. So that's the reason why I put out that APB, and I wanted to find people that were hungry and had that's what social media is. That's the beauty of social media, is being able to reach out to people and have them instantaneously get it and then hit me back. And, I met Reginald, and I actually met Marcellus Dawson, because it's kind of crazy. When I sent out that APB, he hit me back and was like, yo, I want to work. He was actually one of the producers on The River and on the record with Family Reunion that I did with KG, that he put me on in the film Cookout at the beginning of that film. So it was kind of crazy that Marcellus, we just hadn't been able to get together. There were some people standing in the way, and now, we were finally able to it came full circle. So it was great. We actually did like 11 or 12 records, and there's only 6 of them on the album with Marcellus. So there's still a lot to come.
That's a lot.
But yeah, it was just cool to be able to do that and get that instantaneous reply and be able to work with somebody. I still haven't even met Reginald. He's on the album. I've done 5 or 6 records with him and never even met him yet. So it's,
that's wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long did it take to decide? Like, what was your deadline on picking?
You talking about as far as like the record making process?
No, as far as picking these guys. Well, the people, period, from Twitter. Right. Did you?
Well, at that particular time, there really wasn't a deadline. I was just trying to amass a body of things that I thought were cohesive, music. So I just kept taking them, and then I would listen to them in the car. I put CDs everywhere, so wherever I was in the house, or if I was in the car, I'd be listening to it. And whatever I got a feel to it, it's kind of crazy, because I write better in the car than I do anywhere else. Like, I'll be riding and get an idea, and I got my voice recorded, so I'm going. But it was like I gravitated to all Reginald stuff. I gravitated to all Marcellus' stuff. I gravitated to Ty Macklin stuff. And I met Ty Macklin while I was out in Austin doing a show, actually a string of shows, and he's a producer out there, and I met him through a friend of ours. And I've been working with him ever since. And Taylor Pace, which is out there with Ty. So we've been getting it in. I mean, even that first, the free project that I did, the one gift before the new year came in, the free download that I did. they were all over that. I mean, it was just them and myself and some other producers out in Arizona that I met while I was out there. So, I mean, it really wasn't a deadline. It was just trying to get all the music together that I didn't have to bother them no more. I could just start writing. And then when I was ready to start getting the sequence, I could get in touch with them and start getting the live players on it and everything. So it really wasn't no deadline. It was no rush. It was great because the label they didn't have no, tassels on me. They wasn't trying to pull me back and no rein. So I was just free reign to just do what I wanted to do and be creative. And that's why I think this album, a lot of people are saying they think it's my best work, and because I was comfortable in doing what I was doing, And ultimately, that's what an artist wants to be comfortable and be able to have free reign to be creative.
Right. Well, I like this album. That Heaven Knows is kind of cool. My favorite so far is Photography. I do like Foxy though. That's kind of like
Foxy's joint, yeah. Foxy was kind of we had did that some years ago with Tommy Oliveira out in Providence, and we found it, myself and Marcellus, and we got in touch with Tommy and said, look, let's try to revamp this joint. So we got the horn section in the studio. We put the horns on it, and we had the string section come in and do the thing, and we actually first put it out in the UK, and that it's still on the charts over there. We put that out before even the new year came up.
Wow.
So we had that out there, and it's still on the charts. It's still getting played on the charts, which is
a dope song.
Sick. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
A dope song.
And I actually when I wrote that, I based it on Prince's Raspberry Beret, and that's one of my favorite songs by him. If you listen to it, listen to them side by side, you'll sort of get where it's going. Except we're not on a motorcycle. We're not, we're not going by down by old man Johnson's farm. Oh. We in a car. And, we're riding up to the lake. So, it's just, I just try to use inspiration and what I've gotten from my past and all the people that I'm inspired by and idols and such, and just try to do justice to this music thing.
That's dope. Now I'm going to have to play them side by side and pay attention even more to the song.
Yeah, it's similar.
Okay, so what is your favorite track on this album?
That's a tough one because we started with 25 records and we got it down to 10 because the label only wanted 10 records on this album, and it's hard to Heaven Knows is it's emotional, and a lot of people can relate to that.
Very.
Fidelities and relationships, and when two people are acting selfishly and they're not really ready to give each other themselves, and when they're really ready, that's when the beauty of a relationship shows, and it's, you got to be ready to do it though. And it also talks about how people around the relationship, be it friends or what have you, can negatively affect it, and that's that a lot of people, it happens, and then when they're broken up, then you're sitting there looking at your friend in the face, and both of y'all are miserable,
Eating ice cream, watching TV, yeah.
It happens a lot, so that's one of the reasons why I say, Heaven Knows is one of my favorites, and but man, this I Want You, which is track 10, which is crazy.
Okay.
Because I wrote that looking at how people can perceive a relationship and how people look at people's pasts and kind of just put them in the box, and condescendingly talk about them and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody has a past.
Right.
And how this man can steer past all of that and not listen to all of the he say, she say, and all of that and the stories of the past, and just love this person for what they are and how they treat them and how they make them feel. And that's why I Want You it's a strong record. And I've been getting that. A lot of people has been their favorites. Can't Wait is another one with Avery Sunshine. She's such a cool person. And
I haven't gotten that far yet. Damn.
I'm
missing these songs.
So did you hear Come Over? You didn't hear Come Over yet?
I've only gotten to Patience. That's it. And I've just been like, oh.
Yeah.
And I keep
So wait till you hear the rest of the album.
I know I'm going to have to hit you up like, all right, so we need to do a part 2. We have to discuss these songs.
Right.
Okay, so who, after listening to your description of I Want You, is that written about somebody special in your life, or an ex, or
not really. It's like a past relationship that I had when I was a little younger, and she had a promiscuous past, and people were always talking about her and all of that kind of stuff. But I didn't care about that. It's not like, I'm not dating you. I'm not with you, so I don't want to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with her, and we're in the moment, and we're enjoying ourselves. So that's all that was important to me. So even my family members, and I looked at some of my closest family members, cousins. And I was like, look, man, I don't want to hear you talk about her like that no more. I'm with her, so it's like, I want you to respect me. First of all, as blood, but respect me is this being my woman, and that's just the way it is.
Oh.
And never had to deal with that again. I mean, it's just, and they actually became good friends with her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And that was just a thing in the past, and I remembered it. And that's almost like my man Monk on TV, the detective. It's a gift and a curse.
Yes.
I kind of remember everything. And it's like, a lot of stories come up, and then, you see on the social media, is that song about me? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. But,
like, this happened in my life. Like the heaven knows. It's like, it tugs at my heart. That's like another reason why I can't really get past those certain records. Heaven knows. It's hard when it's a song that you're really vibing to. And you're like, right. This is my jam. So, Heaven Knows, is that about someone, your lady?
Heaven Knows? Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, we've fallen in and out and had our problems, and just like almost every other relationship that people get in. So, and acting selfishly and thinking more inward instead of outward, and being being respectful, and not working hand in hand with each other, and falling apart. Yeah, I mean, it's happened, and that's why we were able to, myself and Marcellus were able to just hone in on, emotions of relationships and where it goes. And, this was a 4-minute record, a 4.5-minute record, and we put so much in there. Okay. There was a lot in there if you really listen to it. And, it's talking about being naked with each other and getting everything out and being honest and forthright and just being good to that person, and just respecting them. Right. I mean, I think that's the number one thing in a relationship, is really having the respect for your partner. So, and that's what it gets to. And when you can do that, that's where we came up with Only Heaven Knows that how far you can take a relationship. And what we all want when we're with our partner is to be able to grow old and have a family surrounding us when we're, at that ripe age. You know what I mean? So that's why that record is really special. And it's crazy because when we were writing it, I was saying, I looked at Marcellus and I was like, yo, this is almost like the river, the people in the river, their relationship years down the line.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like we rekindled it in the river, and then this is the record that's like explaining their relationship years, maybe 10, 15 years down the line, which is kind of crazy.
Okay. So you are off the market. Is this what you're telling the ladies?
The
ladies want to know.
Yeah, I'm with somebody, and she's incredible. She's incredible, and she loves me fiercely, and it's great. And she's always there to pick me up when I'm not feeling so great. When I put down the pen and I can't write no more, and I take a break, she says, be back to that record.
She's your muse.
She's that person that's just there. She's there to hold me up, and she's my crutch.
Oh, that's beautiful. You broke like 1 million hearts right now, so yeah, they're gonna be kind of
everybody at the same time.
Yeah, they're gonna say Saturday. They're gonna be a little upset, but that's good. That's good. It's good. I mean, I'm pretty sure the ladies loved you from your first album. You've got that voice, and you have this amazing fan base, and I don't think they'll leave you. I don't think so.
I mean, if we think they are, let's just back this up.
Okay, I won't put that out. I won't put that in there.
Yeah.
So, any tours coming up over here in the States?
Well, I'm gonna be heading out this week. We got more so spot dates rather than tours.
Okay.
With I think Shaunake's trying to put something together with all the Shawnee artists. So that's gonna be incredible if that ever happens and comes to fruition. But I will let everybody know about that. I'm gonna be heading to Cleveland, Ohio. Actually tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow. I'm doing radio and TV, and I got a show. So it's going to be good to get back to Cleveland. I haven't been there in a little while. I know I'm going to be out on the West Coast pretty soon. I'm going to be in Oakland. I'm going to be in LA. So all of those are going to be up on my website, and people can check out my website.
And your website
to
is?
keep track of what a brother is doing. You know what I'm saying? NoelGourdin.com. NoelGourdin.com. So yeah.
All right. So let's ease up on the music. What is your favorite TV show out right now? What is the show that you have to watch?
My niece got me into watching that show, The Following, with Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
And I'm trying to catch up. Season 1 right now on Netflix. I'm trying to catch up.
Okay.
I think I'm on the 10th episode of the season 1, so I want to try to zoom through that and then get to season 2, and then maybe by next year, or maybe even this episode. This
season,
but this season, I might be able to catch some of the last ones. So The Following is really good. It's really good. So I like kind of that weird, demented serial killing type stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Joe Carroll is something
else.
Ideas
from that. It's kind of crazy, I know, but I don't know.
Joe Carroll is very, he's scary. He's a scary dude.
And he kind of reminds me of Anthony Hopkins in Hannibal and all of that. Silence of the Lambs and all of that. And he's like cunning, and he's he's virile at the same time, which is kind of crazy. It's real. It's kind of scary and spooky,
Very. Okay, so that's your show. You got any other shows that?
I know movies. I'm a Star Wars head. I love Star Wars.
Get out! I never would have pegged you.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, I don't know all of the systems and planets and all that kind of stuff and all of that. But I just love it. I mean, I think George Lucas, a genius for kind of coming up with all of that kind of stuff, and he thought up that whole world, which is crazy. And I heard that. I mean, I'm a nerd, so I watch all this kind of stuff. But I heard he said everything that he has, and every character that you see, they all got like a backstory, which is nuts. Yes. And he had to be really getting it in back in the day to really come up with all of that stuff.
I know, it's a lot. And episode 7 is coming this year, I want to say, right?
J.J. Abrams is going to be doing it. And I know there's going to be a lot of lens flare. You
have to. He loves that lens flare in every movie, every TV show.
Oh my Lord, the last Star Trek was like ridiculous with it.
Exactly.
But I think he's good. I think he has a grasp on that kind of stuff, and even when people say it's not going to be good, they're still going to go and see it. I mean, it's entertainment, and we need that right now.
I never would have pegged you.
Yeah. I play video games too. Like that's one thing that I've done since I was younger.
So what we have?
I get online sometimes, and I get on with my nieces and nephews because they're still up in Boston, and they do it to me. They put me through it, but it's still fun, to talk to them, ask them about school and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay, so Xbox One or PS4?
Xbox. I'm an Xbox man. Okay. Yeah, I bought. Since the beginning with the tank of the Xbox.
Oh my God. The big X right on the front.
I just love it. I mean, they're a computer company, so they really know what they're doing,
Okay.
So.
Okay, look at that. Okay, have you played the beta for Titanfall yet?
No, I've been looking at it. I'm not really into that one. I'm a Battlefield man. Myself and my brother, we get on the Battlefield. I just love the team aspect of that game.
Okay, so that would be your favorite
more
game.
So, you can be a one-man army type of thing in that, but I like the team aspect.
Okay, so that would be your favorite game, Battlefield.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so we've got the geek nerd going on and the gamer. Are you a comic book fan?
I'm not.
Oh, all right. It's over. Thank you.
But see, I love all the movies. I love all of that kind of stuff. I've really never gotten into the comic books. I I've really gone for really just the movies and stuff. And,
Okay.
you know, I mean, I know people say when you read it, it's a lot better because they put more, you know, details and all of that kind of stuff into it. But I don't know. I've never been really a big comic reader.
Okay. That's like with The Walking Dead. The books are much more. Okay.
See, I'm kind of glad too because I'm a Virgo and like I'm a perfectionist and I would have wanted every episode. You know, I would have needed every issue. I needed them in the mint, in the plastics because, I mean, I got cards everywhere. I got cards in the garage that's like from when I was young. I mean, you know, baseball, football, all of that. Like I got some serious cards.
Oh, so you collect.
I had to leave that alone because my mild case of OCD. You know, it's too much. I want everything. I'm like, come on. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Wow. See, I like that. Learning that different side of you besides, you know, the music. Right. I'm here. Look at you, Star Wars. Wow, you got me on that. Okay. All right. Well, you know, Marvel is coming out with the whole Guardians of the Galaxy. And then Godzilla, a new trailer for Godzilla came out. So, what is your genre for movies?
I'm all across the board. I love action. I love the drama. One of my favorite movies in the past was A Walk in the Clouds with Keanu Reeves. Like, I love that. I love, like, romantic movies that's not too mushy. I mean, if it gets too mushy, it gets a little boring to me. So, but I like all kinds. I love action. I love, you know, the fantastic type of stuff. I love all of that kind of stuff. I mean, sci-fi, and I think we need that right now. You know, we need escapism. So, I love all of it, really. I mean, drama, all of the adventure type, you know, all of that stuff. I love it all. Lord of the Rings, I'm there. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay. I think you're probably going to get a whole lot more fans.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the writing aspect of it.
Right.
You know, in the music and the scores that they have, these epic scores and everything. I mean, I absolutely love it. You know,
right.
And you know, all my people around me, I'm like, listen to that swooping string, and they're like, come on, man, like we ain't listening for that. Like, but that's what I love about it. You know.
Okay. So it all leads back to the music.
Yes.
All leads back. So what do you play yourself? What do you play?
I mean, I played some chords when I was producing. I'd find out my chords and where I needed to get them as far as needing to get it down to right. But I mean, I'm looking forward to really getting lessons in the keys and in guitar. I want to play guitar.
Oh,
so
okay.
You know, I already got a guitar that my uncle gave me from up north, and I just got to get it back because I'm kind of sick that I forgot it there. It's like a $4,000 guitar from one of the most prominent guitar makers and companies up north. So I need to get that back. I need to take a road trip and bring it back. I don't want to take it on the plane. I have to sit with it and keep it on my lap.
Keep it right there.
I ain't putting it on the seat. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get it back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, taking lessons in keys and guitar.
Okay, that's great. Is there anything you want to tell your fans out there?
Well, I just want to tell all my supporters I really appreciate y'all for standing by me and really holding me up, because you really do. You truly, truly hold me up, and I appreciate all the love and support. Keep your ear to the ground and spread the word. I will not disappoint. I will continue to put out this type of music that touches your heart and soul and hearts and souls of everybody around you. So I really appreciate all that you've really done for me and for my music movement. I implore everybody to get at me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and check out my website. Facebook is at Noel Gourdin. My band page, hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Twitter is at Noel Gourdin, NoelGourdin. And on Instagram, it's the same, at Noel Gourdin.
Awesome. Well, I do thank you again for...
I thank you. I thank you. I really appreciate it. And you know, you are such a sweetheart. And I really appreciate it.